The following takes place 3 days before Super Bowl 51, the same day that the clocks reset. I am so fucking excited.
Holy shit, 24 fans, we're finally here. It's finally time. 24 Legacy is only a few days away. I have really loved talking about my favorite show of all time. For anybody who has tuned in and watched my 24 reviews or subscribed to my channel, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. 24 Live Another Day is the unofficial 9th season of 24, and it switches up the format quite a bit. The biggest change, obviously, is that instead of 24 episodes, it's cut down to 12 in this season. For some 24 fans, this will be a point of contention for them. They'll be like, no, 24 always has to be 24 episodes. This is bullshit. To those people, I get it. I understand it. But for me, I have a huge problem with it, honestly. I like the fact that they cut down on the episodes because it made the season as a whole flow a lot faster than previous seasons have. Look, we're all 24 fans here. Let's just be honest with each other. There are a lot of episodes in 24 that sometimes can come off as filler because they have to fill the time slot for 24 episodes. And this one, they cut it in half, and as a result, there's less filler, there's less fluff. I mean, they get to the point a lot quicker in this season. That means that this season moves at an incredibly fast pace, and me, for one, I appreciated that shit. So Live Another Day takes place like 4 years after season 8. It's been a while since we've seen these characters, and obviously our resident Babar, Jack Bauer. Jack Bauer has been branded a terrorist by the world and by America, and he's been traveling the world, basically doing his own private version of the A-Team. He's just going around doing odd jobs, helping people, trying to use his, particular set of skills to help out the world in some small way, even though he's not really affiliated with anyone or anything. This is the most isolated and alone and emotionally distant Jack Bauer probably that we've ever seen. I mean, we know Jack. I mean, he's pretty much a T-1000 mixed with Wolverine's powers with the efficiency of James Bond. He's the ultimate badass, but at the same time, there's also a sense of great tragedy and loss with his character. That's why I love him so much. He's a tragic hero. Everything that he's done in the past has broken him down to the point where he can no longer connect with other people. He reemerges in this season because he hears about an assassination and plot against the President of the United States. The President of the United States is in London to negotiate some drone treaty with the British or something. And who's the president in this season? Yeah, James Heller and Audrey. This season is trying to bring back all these old characters to hit me in the feels. And you know what? It's working. While all this is going on, the CIA substation in London is trying to track down this threat. And the threat comes in the name of Margot Al Harazi. She's like the big bad for the season, for the most part. She gains access to a bunch of drones, and these drones can fire missiles that can kill a whole lot of people. So it's up to Jack teaming up with the CIA and this badass new agent named Kate Morgan to stop this threat with the drones and to stop the assassination attempt on President Heller. The character that everyone is going to remember the most coming out of the CIA is Kate Morgan. This chick is badass. She's really smart and resourceful and really clever, and she's really got this focus and this determination and this drive that kind of sets her apart from other badass people in the past who have tried to measure up to Jack. This season does a great job at making Kate Morgan her own character. So she's as badass as Jack is, but she's her own character. She has her own backstory. She has her own tragic things in her past that are pushing her forward. And as a result, you really care about her. You really feel for her character, and great performance by Yvonne Strahovski. I hope I pronounced her name the right way. Yvonne Strahovski. I don't know. You're awesome either way, no matter how I pronounce your name. When we also catch up to other characters like Chloe, of course, we can't have 24 without Chloe, unless you're 24 Legacy, of course. Chloe and Jack are not the best buds that they have been in the past. I mean, Jack and Chloe have been like this, like inseparable over the previous 8 seasons, or whenever Chloe showed up. Season 3, I think it was. In this season, they're kind of estranged. Chloe has had her own set of problems since season 8. She's had her own stuff that she's had to go through, and as a result, she and Jack are kind of at odds when this season starts. It all does culminate in a great scene at the very end of the season where Jack does admit to Chloe, where he's like, yeah, you are my best friend, and I'm just kind of like, aw. Not out loud, of course, because, I'm a man, and men don't go aw out loud unless they're talking about it in a review. But it's a really dark and fascinating place that they took Chloe's character in this season, and I really appreciated the little change in dynamics between her and Jack. So many great moments over the first half of the season as this conflict between Margot Al Harazi and her group and Jack and the CIA and the president people, like, it all culminates, and there's just a lot of rising tension and some great moments. Highlight of the first half of the season for me is this really great drone attack where Margot Al Harazi and her son are trying to use this drone to kill her daughter because they think her daughter is like betraying betraying them or something. So Jack and Kate have to get her out of there because, you know, she's like the main suspect and somebody that can lead them to Margot. And this culminates in a brilliantly staged chase through the streets of London. The stunt work, I mean, the special effects, everything is top notch as it usually is on 24. And this is one of those moments during the season where, because of the fast pace and the sense of urgency that this season has that differentiates it from previous seasons, I'm on the edge of my seat for a lot of this shit, and it's really well done. This all culminates in a raid later on in the season where Jack and the CIA gain access to Margot Al Harazi's building, and there's a great shootout, there's some great action there. I mean, Jack has one of the best kills that he's ever had. We have so many things that we could point to as that was the definitive Jack Bauer kill. This shit was full on 100% unstoppable Babar mode. And the dude gets up there, he subdues Margot Al Harazi, he stops the drone, everything is great. And then Jack remembers, oh yeah, I'm not a government guy anymore, I don't have to care about the rules. And he throws her out the fucking window on her head. He just throws her out the window and he's just kind of like, nope, I don't care, you're just dead, I don't care anymore.
The only death tonight on my head is yours.
I remember watching that scene with my family. Me and my family were sitting there watching it live, and I was just sitting there like, second half of the season, things switch up a little bit and we get another villain reintroduced. And since they're bringing back characters from previous seasons, why wouldn't they bring back an old villain? It's Chang. Mother freaking Chang. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I needed more Chang in my life until I saw Chang show up in this season. I mean, this guy single-handedly almost ruined Jack and Audrey's life, so obviously there's just a great incentive for them and for us as the viewers to watch Chang, you know, die horribly. And oh, he does. He really does. By the way, I probably should touch a little bit on Jack and his rekindled thing with Audrey in this season. Audrey, at this point in her life, I mean, she's still helping her father, but she's moved on. She's got a new husband, played brilliantly by Donovan Tate, I believe is his name. But there are some really sweet and intimate moments that she's able to have with Jack in this season. I feel like this season needed that because it does remind you that there is a little bit of humanity left in Jack. But towards the end of the season, tragedy strikes. It's all Kate's fault. It's all Kate's fault. It's 100% her fault. She's basically the reason why Audrey gets killed. There's a tense hostage situation and Audrey ends up dead. And Jack hears the news, and because he can't take out his anger on Kate Morgan, he has to, you know, take it out on Chang and his men. So he kills almost an entire ship full of Chinese and Russian people, and it's really awesome. Once again, we get another candidate for Jack Bauer's greatest kills ever. When he fights Chang, he kicks his ass, and then he cuts his head off with a samurai sword. Granted, you kind of wonder why a samurai sword is on the ship in the first place, but yeah, semantics, who cares about that? I have two main issues with the season. One of the issues is there's a certain episode halfway through the season where there's a fake out involving James Heller. There's this really sad episode that builds him up, and it really is sad and emotional. It feels like we're saying goodbye to James Heller, one of our favorite characters. And then the very next episode, they completely negate that shit. And it's just kind of like, well, why did you put me through that then? If it was all just bullshit, you guys. But the biggest issue I have with this season, and the issue that a lot of 24 fans have with this season, is the way that it ends. It's such an unsatisfying, anticlimactic, ambiguous cliffhanger ending. For 24 fans, and for especially fans of Jack Bauer, it's just not satisfying. We needed more closure. I wanted more closure. I wanted Jack to either get a happy ending or go out and die a hero's death, and we didn't get either of those. The action, the tension, the suspense, the drama, the format, everything about this season makes it one of my favorites of all time. And so 24 Live Another Day, surprise, surprise, is Superman Prime level entertainment. Alright guys, that's my review for 24 Live Another Day. Can't wait for 24 Legacy. I will be reviewing the premiere for that next week, so stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching my 24 reviews, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace!